Gotham had always been a dreamer. He imagined himself as a successful entrepreneur, a top athlete, or even a best-selling author. The only problem? He was also a master of procrastination. "I'll start tomorrow," he would say, whether it was about waking up early, studying harder, or finally hitting the gym. Tomorrow, of course, never came. One evening, after missing yet another deadline for a school project, Gotham flopped onto his bed and sighed. "Why does success have to be so hard?" he groaned. "If only there was a shortcut." His mother overheard him and peeked into his room. "Shortcut? Ha! If success had a shortcut, I'd be a billionaire by now," she chuckled. "You just need discipline." "Ugh, not the D word," Gotham muttered. At school, his teachers gave him the same advice. "Small efforts every day lead to big results, Gotham." But he wasn't convinced. In his mind, greatness required big, dramatic actions, like training for 12 hours straight or suddenly becoming a genius overnight. Then, one day, everything changed. Would you like me to continue with the next part, where Gotham meets Mr. Annell and learns an important lesson? One afternoon, after another failed attempt at studying, which mainly consisted of scrolling through social media and watching funny videos, Gotham wandered into the park near his house. That's when he met Mr. Annell. The old professor was sitting on a bench, sipping tea from a small cup. His wrinkled face had a peaceful look, like someone who had figured out life's greatest secrets. "Lost in thought, young man?" Mr. Annell asked, raising an eyebrow. "More like lost in life," Gotham muttered, slumping onto the bench. Mr. Annell chuckled. "That's a dramatic way to put it. What seems to be the problem?" Gotham sighed. "I want to be successful, but it feels impossible. Everyone says I need discipline and consistency, but I don't have time for that. If I can't make a big change, what's the point?" Mr. Annell smiled knowingly. "Ah, the classic mistake. Thinking success is about one big moment instead of small daily efforts. Let me tell you a story." Mr. Annell placed his cup down and leaned forward. "Once, there was a farmer who planted a bamboo seed. Every day he watered it. Every day he cared for the soil. But for years, nothing happened." Gotham frowned. "Sounds like a waste of time." Mr. Annell grinned. "That's what people said." But the farmer kept going. And then, in the 5th year, something incredible happened. The bamboo suddenly grew. And not just a little. In just 6 weeks, it shot up over 80 feet. Gotham's eyes widened. "Wait, what? 5 years of nothing and then it exploded?" Mr. Annell nodded. "You see, during those 5 years, the bamboo was growing roots underground, preparing for its moment. If the farmer had given up, it would have never grown at all." Gotham was silent for a moment. Then he smirked. "So what you're saying is, I'm like a bamboo seed?" Mr. Annell laughed. "In a way, yes. If you focus on small, consistent habits every day, even if you don't see immediate results, one day you'll wake up and realize how far you've come." Gotham leaned back, thinking, maybe success wasn't about some huge, dramatic effort. Maybe it was about doing small things every day, reading a little, exercising for 10 minutes, studying for half an hour. For the first time, the idea of discipline didn't feel so impossible. That night, Gotham couldn't stop thinking about the bamboo story. Maybe Mr. Annell was right. Maybe success wasn't about making a giant leap, but about taking small, steady steps. So the next morning, instead of hitting the snooze button 5 times, he got out of bed after just one. Instead of promising himself he'd study for 5 hours straight, which he knew would never happen, he set a timer for 20 minutes and actually focused. Instead of skipping workouts because he didn't have time, he did 10 push-ups. And guess what? It wasn't that bad. Days turned into weeks. The small changes started adding up. Gotham found himself waking up earlier without feeling miserable. His grades improved, not dramatically overnight, but steadily. He even started enjoying exercise. Well, almost. One day, he ran into Mr. Annell again at the park. "Ah, the young bamboo seed returns," the professor said with a smile. Gotham grinned. "And this time, it's actually growing." Mr. Annell nodded. "Good. Keep watering it. One day you'll look back and realize how far you've come." Gotham didn't need a shortcut anymore. He had something better: momentum. Success isn't about waiting for a perfect moment or making a huge change overnight. It's about small daily habits that build up over time. Like the bamboo, you might not see progress at first, but if you stay consistent, one day you'll shoot up faster than you ever imagined. So, what's one small habit you can start today? Success is not achieved through one big leap, but through small, consistent actions every day. Like the bamboo, growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and trust the process. Your efforts will pay off in time.